Good morning, everybody, and welcome to the Summit Alliance training. We're here Tuesday morning. We do these trainings every day. We're also recording this training live as well. So it'll be a live training that we're doing, and so we can have this recorded and up on the website. So one of the things that we wanted to talk about today is in this training is the compensation plan, and kind of talk about it in more detail. And so we are happy that you're with us and watching us with us today as well. So again, my name is Ray McDonald here with Summit Alliance Advantage. We're doing a live training, so we have a room full of people as well as people viewing this online as well. And this will be archived and put up on the website as well. So we want to talk about Summit Alliance Advantage and talk about we always talk about the products. We talk about the systems, we talk about the training, we talk about everything that we have to offer. But we're going to talk a little bit today about the compensation and how you get paid with our company. So it's important. We will all do this because we definitely want to get paid and definitely want to grow our business. And it says here, grow yourself and grow your agency. And what is your why? A lot of people come into this opportunity, a lot of people come to this business wanting to know what their why is, and and a lot of people's why could be many different things. And so so what is your why and why you're doing this business? And the important thing about a why, and we talked about this before in other trainings, is that when you have a why, a lot of people's whys could be moving to a new house. A lot of those whys could be, get a new car or take my family on vacation or have something other. But a lot of these whys, you don't understand, can be fixed by one thing, and that's money. And a lot of people come into the opportunity to see how they could make money. So we're going to talk today about the money. We're going to talk today about making money. We're going to talk about how you get paid with Summit Alliance Advantage, and what will it look like for yourself when you start working this business, working this model, and what it looks like when you start building your own agency. So let's just jump right into it. So, we're working with you to build and grow your business, and by doing that is, doing these things consistently every day. You hear that talk a lot about training. In our trainings, we talk about doing the same thing over and over again, be consistent, be persistent, doing the same things constantly over and over again. We talk about how every professional athlete you see, they're doing, every day they're practicing doing the exact same thing. Doctors are doing the exact same thing every single day. So a lot of these people are doing the same thing every single day. And so we're no different here with Summit Alliance Advantage. So the thing you want to do is understand the system, understand the promoting, by contract level, and that means promoting yourself within the business model, promoting your understanding the power of building a business. We're going to talk about that today as well. Talk about the power of building a business, and we're talking about the understanding the power of exponential growth. And this is something I learned firsthand. A lot of people want to know, Ray, how do you build these massive organizations? How'd you do this? Well, it's understanding the power of exponential growth and the power of building. I always talk about how I just talk to a few people, and these few people turns into literally tens of thousands of people. And so it's something I could identify with firsthand. So let me kind of jump right into it. Here's a copy of the compensation plan that we have. A lot of you guys have seen this. This is available also in the website, in the back office. Look under forms. It's in the forms section, and you just look under the promotional guidelines, where it talks about starting contract agent is at 60%. Then you go to 65, 70, 75, all the way to 100, and even to 100 plus. And we'll talk about that here a little later as we go. But starting agent is at 60. So if people want to know, well, how can I go from 60 to 65? Well, talk about we have $10,000 in production, okay, and or you have 5 contracted licensed agents. Okay, so you have 5 contracted licensed agents. By doing that, that would go ahead and bump you to 10,000. Then from 10,000 to go to, to 65 to go to 70, then you go from 10,000 to 15,000 in production. Okay, so you're looking at 10,000, looking anywhere from, I don't know, say we're doing the final expense apps. Final expense apps are lower target premium. So let's say anywhere from, say 8 to 10 final expense apps give you around $10,000 in production within your month. 15,000, looking at just 10 to 20, 15 apps, whatever in production, or those 5 recruits that you get 5 of those. You just get 3 of those agents to become producing agents and do that. And that will elevate you to the next level as well. And then you see the 75 on down, which is agency plus production. This is when you start to really kind of grow your business. Now you become an agency, and now that production is yours and your team's. So we're going to go in more detail here in a second on the compensation plan, but everybody has this. This is available to you. I'm not going to go line by line here, but this is available to you guys, and we're going to kind of touch on some things here, kind of show you how you get from the 60 to the 65 percent contract level. Okay, so I just talked about the $10,000 production, or you have 5 contracted recruits. Okay, so once you do this, guys, this is important to understand. This is, again, it's important to understand the money and how we get paid and all this stuff, right? So if you go out there and you want to promote yourself from 60 to 65%, that's $10,000 in production or 5 contracted recruits. So say you do the 10,000 production, you're earning commission, total commission that you're earning is $6,000 commission, plus an additional $350 if you do it with the fast track. Okay, so the fast track is, so the ideal is what you want to do is get to 60 to 65 is $10,000 production. Okay, that's just within 30 days. So within 30 days, you can make a total commission of $6,000 total commission in 30 days by going out there and working this business model and doing this. Okay, so that's pretty impressive. You go out there and say, hey, if someone's really hungry, if someone's really tired, if someone really wants to do a change, they could go out there and they could do $6,000 in 1 month's time just by doing this right here. Okay, so how do we do it? We follow the system. We follow the system. We work the leads. We're doing what we're told. Now, you could do that's 30 days, but you could do it in half the time if you do the fast start track bonus as well. So let's talk about going to 65 to 70. Okay, so 65 to 70 commission level. Okay, so we're going down the comp plan step by step. Okay, now you're going from 65 to 70. That's $15,000 in production. Now, if you do that in 3 months, and also too, you have 3 producing agents. Okay, so remember, the first level is you get 10,000 production, or you want to get 5 contracted agents. Out of those 5 contracted agents, out of those 5, you work with those 5, and say 3 of those 5 become producing agents. That's what you want. So going from 65 to 70, now you got 15,000 production, or you got your 3 producing agents. By doing this, guys, in 1 month's time, okay, you're doing this in 30 days, so 30 days stretch. In 1 month, you can earn an additional $9,750 in commissions. This is why I want everybody to understand this and the power of the comp plan. And we haven't, this is the first time we're really kind of talking about it, so people understand the money, understand the business and how it works, and understand the power of exponential growth and how to build an agency. So now, literally in 1 month, you go out there and promote yourself from 55 to $70,000. Again, 15,000 production. You're looking about maybe 10 to 13 apps, final expense. What if you do mortgage protection? What if you do IULs? Higher premiums, quicker to make the jump to the $15,000 in a month. Okay. Now, making a jump from 70 to 75. Okay, now when you go to 75, you're getting into where we're sharing the overrides and the production with your team. Okay, so again, it's important that you go out and do personal business, but also it's important for you to start recruiting people. Now you're making money off your team. So now you got your goal is to get 30,000 total production. Okay, so here you got $10,000 equals 7,000. 10,000 equals 7,000 in personal production. Okay, so you got 10,000 at 5%. Okay, that means 5%. That's just an override. Okay, so you override $500 override. Okay, and say you have another agent here, 10,000 production. You know they're at 60. That's a 10% override. You know that's $100,000. That's $1,000 in override. So total commission you earn for the month right there is $8,500. $8,500 just from your personal production and the override production from a couple of your agents. You know, one being at 65 and the other one at 60. So if you're at 75 and you have an agent at 60%, and that's a nice little commission spread there. Okay, so from 60 to 75 earn. So by this time here, you earn $24,600. Let's say you did that in 3 months. 3 months. Is that realistic? Absolutely, it's realistic. In 3 months' time, you earn $24,000. People say, you know, all the time, what's your why? Why are you doing this business? Why I need to get out of my job. I need to get out of my house. I need to get a new house. I need to get a new car. I need this. Well, by going after and getting to work and following this 3 months' time, and we actually doing this 3 months' time, following the system, working the leads, working the system, recruiting the agents, working with them, showing them how to duplicate. In 3 months' time, you just earn $24,600 in commissions in 3 months. Pretty phenomenal. So real quick, so I'm just talking here just the first levels. Okay, I'm just talking about going from 60 to 75% in commissions. Okay, now what if, the goal is to get to 85, right? The goal is to get to 85% level. That's the agency model, where you want to be. So you're an agency leader at 85%. Okay, so let's take a look how that looks like, being at 85%. So let's say that here, and this is for $1 million income blueprint. Okay, for you guys here in the room, I'll pass this out to you guys. For you guys in the room, I'm passing out a form that will be available to everybody on the online as well. So let's say that in your business time, in your business, you recruit 40 agents. Okay, so you think that in the time of your business, your insurance career is recruiting 40 agents or having 40 agents on your team. Is that an unrealistic task? No. Okay, but if we were out there, if I showed you how to make $24,000 in 3 months, you think you might get excited? You think you might want to talk to people about it? You think that you might want to you think other people might get excited about it too? They see that kind of money going around, right? They see you driving a new car and they say, hey, what are you doing? See you wearing new clothes, hey, what are you doing? Right? So it'd be easy in time to get 40 agents. I'm going to show you how to make $1 million with 40 agents. Okay, with 40 agents. So here, now you have 40 agents. Okay, say that now you're at the 85% contract level, right? That's the agency manager contract level. You're at 85%. Now, let's say that you have 15 agents at the 6% level. Okay, that's their starting agents. Because you're an agency, you're always recruiting, right? But you always want to get 40 agents, you always got to be recruiting. So let's say you got 15 of those guys at the 6% level. Okay, you got 10 agents that you've been working with. Now they're at 65. Okay, but they're following the system. They're trying to follow the leader, trying to catch where you are. you have 5-year agents now at 75, and then you have 5 agents who are at 80. Okay, now you're at 85. Okay, so you can see the spread there. Now, what happens is the override income, so you got 15-year agents at 60. Okay, their weekly production is $3,500 a week. Oh, sorry, so $3,500 a week is just, you know, a few apps. They could do that. They're following the systems. They're working the leads. They can do $3,500 a week in annualized premium, right? They can do $3,500 a week. Okay, okay. So your override income off that within this is again I'm showing an example based on 85% manager contracted at 40 agents working only 40 hours. 40 weeks in a year. Okay, 40 weeks in a year. Okay, so it's not 52. This is not a 52-year week. This is a 40 weeks. Okay, you gotta have some time to vacation, enjoy your money. Okay, so you're at 40 weeks a year. Okay, so your overrides for the year at 15,000. 15 agents at 2% level here is 525,000. You get 10 agents at 55. Your production is at 5,000. Overrides here is 400,000. You got your 5 agents who are at 75. It's lower numbers because your spread is lower, right? Your spread is lower. Okay, then 160. Then a 5 at 80%, but you're at 85, so you're only getting 5%. They're doing 10,000. They should be doing 10,000 production. Okay, and so now you're at $100,000 in override income. So then you're doing your personal production as well. Personal production alone is $102,000 a year. So you get total income of $1.287 million. Okay, but let's take 20% out of it. Okay, let's take 20% because you're going to have cancellations, right? You're going to have chargebacks. You're going to have people who are just going to drop out of the program, right? So 20%, you got to add that in there to keep this plan realistic and believable. You got to be real. Okay, you can't just say, well, you're not going to have any cancellations. We all know you're going to have cancellations. We all know we're going to have chargebacks. We all know we're going to have things. But so you take 20% out of it, that leaves you with, over $1 million in total income just with 40 agents. Pretty powerful, right? Is that doable? Okay, so how do we do that? By going out there, talking to people, recruiting, following the system, having people follow the leader, and doing this. This is, guys, again, this is crazy. Now, people say, well, 40 agents, man, that's just crazy, 40 agents. I can't comprehend 40 agents. I can't comprehend making $1 million. I get that. I understand. Most people can't comprehend that kind of stuff. Let's cut it in half. All right? Let's cut it in half. All right? So let's say I'll show you how to make $500,000 a year. Okay? So instead of having 40 agents, can you get 20 agents? Okay, is that realistic? 20 people? 20 people. You can get 20 people to come to a birthday party, right? You can get 20 people to come see your business presentation, especially after you're making some money. So now, again, you're at 80%, you're at 85% contract level. You got 10 agents at 60% level. You got 5 at 55. You got 3 at 75%. And you got 2 at 80. Okay, and you are at 85. Okay, weekly production. You see here, people who are at 60 earning 3,000. 5 at 65 is earning 4,000. 3 agents at 75% weekly production is 7,000. 2 at 80 is 9,000. Okay, you yourself, you're doing 2,000 yourself. You're still writing business, right? You're that leader. You're still writing business. Okay, so your income alone is $1,600 a year. Okay, but your overrides here on override income on your people at your 60 is $300,000 a year overrides. Overrides. Okay, you got $160,000 overrides. People at 65, you got $84,000 overrides. Okay, that's just money coming in for you not doing anything. Okay, and then you got $36,000 coming in, a total income of $648,000 a year just having 20 agents doing the system and following the leader. Now, again, to keep it real, right, and keep it real, we have to have take into the account that we're going to have cancellations. You're going to have cancellations. You're going to have chargebacks. You're going to have people switch their policies. There's a million different reasons why policies fall off the books. Okay, so to keep it real, you're gonna lose 20% of this. That means that you're going to make $518,400 total income, $500,000 a year, just with 20 agents. So this is the blueprint of how it is. People want to know, man, Ray, how do you build these agencies? How's that like? We talked about earlier having exponential growth. This is it. We're showing you how the exponential growth. Now, say you do 20 agents. Again, is that unrealistic? No. Okay. So you do this in a year. 1 year, 20 agents. That's extremely, extremely doable. You think it will stop there? No. Obviously, you're going to go to the 40 agents, right? Now you're making $1 million a year. Okay, so now you're making $1 million a year with your 40 agents. Do you think your 40 agents are going to stop there? No. It's going to continue and continue and continue and take a life of its own. So this is, the power. So again, people want to understand, like, I can't comprehend how it is to have a massive organization or have this kind of income. I see people all the time in the insurance industry making a lot of money, but I don't know how they're doing it. Guys, we're showing you how to make $1 million just with 40 agents following the system. 40 agents. $500,000 with just as 20 people following the system. 20. It's not that hard. It's not that difficult. What it takes is persistence. What it takes is commitment. What it takes is focus. What it takes is discipline. If you knew that, hey, this time next year I could have $500,000, do you think you could be focused? Do you think you could be disciplined? Do you think you could just hold yourself accountable? Do you think that, hey, I want to lead from the front. I want to be on the leaderboard. I need to have at least have an application, 2 applications coming in a week, knowing that I'm going to make this for a year. Guys, I always talk about this. A year. Look at just putting the horse with the blinders on, right? Just being tunnel focused, tunnel vision, and just working hard like this. What I'm telling you about, okay? Because now you see the prize, right, at the end of the rainbow, right? Now you've seen the golden bucket at the end of the rainbow here. That, hey, if I get after it, I can make $500,000. If I get after it, I can make $1 million in this business. What does it take? It takes you being focused, the horse with the blinders on, just for a season. Just for a season. Isn't it worth dedicating, being disciplined, being focused, being accountable to yourself and others, and following the system just for a season, so you can have the many, many more seasons to enjoy, to relax, to have fun, to travel, and now your why that you had, before you started this, remember, because we all have a why. What happens to your why now, a year later? Okay? Now your why is like, okay, my why is I want to get a bigger boat, right? My why is I want to take more vacations. My why is, what happened to all the whys of, oh my God, how am I going to pay my bills? Oh my God, how can I make the car payment? Okay, and all the changes. Okay, so anyway, guys, I hope that you guys like this presentation. I hope this kind of opening your eyes up a little bit to the compensation plan. And I want to kick it over to the main man himself, my mentor, Jason Martinez. Jason, take it away.
Okay, hopefully we're muted. Hopefully no feedback. Okay, I think we're sounding good here. Guys, real quick, for those of you in the room, did you receive the handout? Okay. Basically, and I'm just going to kind of back it up. You got the clicker? I said I want to back it up. Let's see here. There we go. Okay, taking a look here at the $1 Million Income Blueprint, and just to kind of break it down, this is what this handout is. And for those of you on the recording, there will be a handout available once this recording is available on the website. You'll see down below. But breaking down at 85% contract level, right? We talk about having 40 agents to the blueprint to $1 million income. Now, of course, the first 40 agents you're going to recruit, I mean, you may get a few of them out of the first 40. You know, we know that we're going to have to recruit a lot more to get 40. But as we're recruiting, as we're building, as those agents are building and recruiting, and we're moving forward, say you get your front line here. Basically, your starting agents at 60%. So you have 15 of those. And that's what this is saying here in the example. You have 15 agents at 60% doing $3,500 a week in production. Very, very feasible and following a system. Now, what this breakdown is showing you is that your override on income, if you have one agent and you're at an 85% contract level, maybe $3,500 a week in production, your override is $875 a week off of that agent. So if you have 15 agents, that's $875 a week off of 15 agents. And then again, working 40 weeks out of the year, some agents may work more than that. Some agents may work less than that. But let's just say on average, 40 weeks out of the year, that's where this number comes from here. That's where you get $525,000 of override income. Everyone kind of see that? See how that's broken down? So again, just by simply breaking down the numbers, we talk about the weekly goals. We talk about putting our goals in front of us, numbers in front of us. This is definitely something that you can put in front of you that you can work towards. You know, you can grow your agency to this. You can go out there. You can personally produce. That way when you bring in your agents, you know exactly how to show them how to walk through the minefield. You've heard me say that before. And then kind of breaking it down even further, you see here the 10 agents. If you have 10 agents at 65, now you look at 65%, you see 5,000 a week, you're like, man, that's a lot of production per week. But you got to consider this, the fact that those 10 agents at 65%, that gives them the ability to override someone at 5%. So they're going to have agents working with them, and along with their production, you can see how someone at 65%, if they have one or two or three agents at 60 and they're at 65, their production plus their agent's production could easily equate to $5,000 in production. Because even if that producer's doing 2,000, 3,000, they only have a couple of thousand to do between, however many producers they have on their team. So again, you can see how conservative and how easy these numbers are to reach. And so if you have someone at 65% and between them and their agent, if they're doing $5,000 a week in production, that earns you a $1,000 override off of that group of people. So that group of 10 agents is earning you another $400,000 for the year. So you got 10 agents at 65%, whoever they're working with now. Again, you take it a step further to the 75%, as illustrated here. Now, let's say you've gotten 5 agents that have promoted themselves to the 75% level. Again, at $8,000 a week in production, that's going to earn you $800 off of each agent, putting you $160,000 for the year. So again, I really wanted to briefly cover how this was broken down, how you can see how you're going to earn the override off of your agency, and how by simply putting together the numbers, we talk about building, we talk about inviting, some of you are taking advantage of the race that we have to the sum, a little bit of that in there. You'll notice that there's production in there, there's personal development in there, and then there's also a little bit of agency building in there as well. Because again, we're guiding you to building a very, very profitable agency. And again, this is only 40 producing agents. And with you at an 85% contract level. And again, as Ray mentioned, you're going to have people cancel, you're going to have declines, you're going to have chargebacks or whatever the case may be. But that's where if you're training yourself, self-educating yourself, you're going to direct your clients to the right product. And if you're doing what's right for your client, you're going to make sure it fits in their budget. And if all of this has taken place and you're solidifying your business, you're going to reduce that even less than that. Me personally, I'm not over 10% on decline chargebacks on all of my business, all of these years. You hear us, again, talk about all those applications, you know, because I'm very focused on what I'm doing for my client. You hear me talk about also how the clients buy the agent. They don't buy the product or the carrier, again, because I'm focused on my client and directing them accordingly. And if they see that and if they feel that and they know that, and that's what you're in there for, you're going to have your business down the books. So that number right there, that can even be less than that. So again, you know, these are conservative numbers. So with 40 agents, you know, $1.2 million of income with a 20% cancellation rate, you're still over $1 million of income with 40 agents. 40 producing agents. Now, mind you, to get that 40 agents, you may go through 200. You may. But once you've identified those, if it takes you 2 years to go through 200 agents, it shouldn't, but let's say it does, and in 2 years, you've built an agency that's producing you $1 million of income in a year, is that not a 2 years well spent? I mean, I don't know people that can go to college for 2 years and come out and get that kind of income. So again, you just got to direct your focus. Now, again, $500,000 of income. Of course, we're cutting $1 million in half, basically cutting the amount of producing agents in half. So again, very, very feasible. We're just talking about 20 agents here, 10 of them at 60%. Now, you'll notice the production has gone down in this example. They're not doing 3,500 now. Now, let's say they're only doing 3,000. Again, very feasible. You got your 5 agents at 65 only doing 4,000. 1 agent at 65 should be doing that. But more than likely, again, they have a couple of agents, so they could very easily do that. 3 agents at 75% doing 7,000 a week. We have agents that have hit the $10,000 club, $5,000 club. So again, that can be done with 1 agent, but yet more than likely you have probably, you know, 4 or 5 agents that are going to equate to that number. At 80%, $9,000. And again, this is putting you over $648,000 of income. And this is just broken down so you can understand. If you're looking at the blueprint here, it's the last page of the handout, and it breaks down the override that you're going to get on average off of an agent, you know, doing $3,000 in production at 60%. So again, just putting the numbers in front of you, just understanding how it's broken down and how you can move forward to that, that's going to help you put together a game plan. And ultimately, that's probably one of the most important things that you can do in marching towards this type of income. Have the game plan, know what you need to get to, and then, of course, the action in between. That's probably even more important. And so with that, what we can do, we can just kind of go over a little bit of questions. Any questions on maybe, you know, what some of the numbers mean, what it takes to get to some of those numbers, or any type of recruiting questions or building questions? Does it seem like this is a pretty feasible plan once you actually break down the numbers and look at it? Okay, yeah, absolutely. If you're online real quick, we got the menu up, so I believe there's a spot to click and ask questions. So right now we're taking questions online and we're checking to see.
Jerry Fuller, awesome.
Well, that's a statement. I mean, you know, we talk about making things simple. You know, that our whole market is built around simplified issue products. You know, ultimately, we want it to be, you know, we want the training to be simple. We want the products to be simple. We want getting the client covered. That needs to be simple, because when you go out, you sit down with the client, you take the application, they don't want to have to wait 30, 45, 60 days to find out if their family's protected. You know, when you can come back to them with a decision, if you're writing rural neighbors instantly, or, you know, if it's a mortgage protection product in 3 to 5 days, regardless, a simplified issue product, we're able to get that client that knowledge of knowing that they're protected right away. So with this blueprint, again, it's a simplified blueprint. It's basically just understanding, it's giving you a benchmark to get to, the amount of agents that I need to work towards, you know, how many people I need to work with in grooming. And, you know, again, that's going to help you, you know, put together the action steps that are needed to get there. So,
yeah, let them know online they can ask questions.
Yeah, if you can, quite a few of you there. So I see why. Let's see here. Yeah, if you're online and you, I don't see any hands raised, so looks like the majority of you. Yeah. So again, if you're online, feel free to ask any questions.
Here in the room.
Yeah, and of course here in the room.
My question is, you had mentioned placing an ad to get agents. How do you do that, and how much does that cost? How do you place the ad?
That's a great question. The question was, how do you place an ad? And some suggestions on placing ads. One of the largest recruiting sites a lot of people use is Craigslist. It's a online classifieds, pretty simple. There's Indeed. Some agents are taking advantage of the trial with what's the ZipRecruiter. It gets out to multiple sites and things. You can take advantage of that if it's effective for you. You can continue it. But yeah, depending on the city, it's 35 to 45. But that is one of the most effective ways. It's inexpensive, and it definitely it rings the phone. That's for sure. It gets because people are searching. They're searching for something that's solid, and we can definitely direct them towards something that's solid. No other questions online? Okay. Any other questions out of the classroom? Awesome. Well, we got a blueprint. We know what to do. If this is not something that you can sit in front of you and get excited about working towards, maybe you need to get to the doctor and check your heart rate, because this is you hear Ray talking about, he's had an agency of over 30,000 people. I've had a decent sized agency, just under 1,000 people. So, to get to these numbers is very, very feasible. And again, you put this in front of you, you work towards it, and you can definitely get to these numbers. So with that, I don't see any more questions. Do we have any more questions online there? Well, if you have questions after this, don't hesitate to reach out. Shoot us an email, give us a call. We'll make sure and get those questions answered. And just note that this training will be available in the back office. So I want to thank everyone for attending the Summit Alliance Advantage training. We are signing off. Thank you very much.